Okay, good morning. I'm just gonna fix my screen here. And I wanna see gallery. Hold on, there we go. Sorry about that, some technical difficulties. So good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday. Can't believe it. Good morning, Alona. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. As I was saying yesterday, I kind of messed up my schedule by accident. Good morning, Hannah. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. So once again, I'm trying something different because I had some people that like to see me on Zoom. But in order for me to record something, even though I can record on Zoom, this way I know I don't have any faces or whatever. I get a different view, and that's why I also do it on Facebook as well. So you can go either way. You can go either way. If you're just in the mood to watch while you're eating your late breakfast, maybe you're having that second cup of coffee, Facebook is fine. You can follow along. I think cooking works really well on Facebook, so I think it works well. So good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Today, you know, I don't know, I'm feeling a little, what's the word, adventurous. We're going to make two recipes. I'm going to have two recipes. I will post them. I did put in today's, on Facebook, I have the daily schedule, and I have that listed, the ingredients that you would need if you wanted to follow along. Hey, Jamie, what's up? I see Katie was scrolling by. I have a very boring mug today, just very plain, because I got a lot of other stuff going. My phone matches, I mean, I guess my cup matches my apron. I don't know. I made this myself. So welcome, welcome. So the two recipes. Generally what I do, this is one of the reasons why I do it on Facebook, is I try it out first. Good morning, my Zoom people. I try it on Facebook. I try it here for you guys to see if it's something that you would like to try. And then you can get the recipes. I post the recipes, and then you can follow along. You can look at the video again. You could do it on your own. Today, I did post some of the ingredients you would have, and what I try to do for cooking is I try to use recipes that are things that you have around the house, typically. Now, maybe your house is different than my house. Most of these things I generally almost always have, and one of the ingredients I do not have. So if you do not have any of the spices, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Maybe we can put something else in. All right, or when you go to the store, you can get it. So we are going to make still baked goods. I like to do baked goods. Baking is good for me. We're going to do homemade crackers, and we're going to make a hummus dip, hummus without tahini. So, because sometimes people don't always have that. They don't always have that. So, you know, and sometimes when you're in a rush to get to the store, you don't think of it. Some people might always have it. But today, we're going to do it without tahini. So we're going to make hummus without tahini and crackers. I've made crackers before. They're not too bad. So you might run out and you don't feel like running to the store or something like that. You can make them yourself. My coffee is good today. As you can see, my hair is just, my hair grows pretty fast. I keep it really short. And now I've got, I don't know, I've got like a 90s do going on. Something left over from the 90s. So what I'm going to do, maybe I can do, okay, somebody did for me. Sorry. Because I've got my cameras all over the place here. So let's begin. Let's begin with our recipe. So let's give it a shot. So let's go through our ingredients that we would need. So for our first recipe, these are easy, homemade. Oh, I see Aunt Lorraine. I see her. Welcome. To do easy homemade crackers in 5 minutes. Well, that's a lie because it takes 10 minutes to cook them, or around there. So just saying. And with me, usually most things take a little bit longer. So the ingredients you're going to need is you're going to need some type of flour. Alrighty, any type. Hey man, what's up? You're gonna need any type of flour. You could use whole wheat flour. You can use all-purpose flour. I mean, if you want to use a gluten-free flour, I think you could, right? I mean, why not? Try it. We're gonna do a combination, I think, of whole wheat and all-purpose flour. I like to add a little extra fiber. I don't know. Maybe it's my age. And then the other things you're going to need are different spices. This is going to give some flavor. Hey, Stephanie, what's up? Oreo is taking a nap. He's sleeping late, so he's not here, so I apologize. He growled at me, just wanted to stay in bed a little bit longer. So you're going to need different types of spices. For this recipe, it calls for onion powder. I don't have onion powder. Whoops. I thought I did, but I don't. So if you wanted to, if you've got onion flakes, you could do onion flakes. If you wanted to do really fine minced fresh onion, you could. I'm just going to leave it out. I'm just going for it. I'm going nuts. I'm going to leave it out, and I'm going to maybe add a little bit more of my next ingredient, garlic powder. Usually these things we typically have in our spice rack. They sit there for years. Who knows if they're still good to eat. Chili powder. I'm telling you right now, guys, you should always have chili powder in your house. Okay? You never know. You never know. You feel like making a chili? You need some chili powder. Or you could make your own, I suppose, but it's just something good to have. The other thing is you could use either paprika or paprika. Is that how you spell it? Say it. Paprika, which I, for some reason, do not have, or cayenne. Just a little kick. Now, you could take all these out and you could use different flavorings. Let's say you don't like something spicy. You don't need to do that. You could add a different one. You could just leave it very basic, very plain. It's up to you, alrighty? We're just giving it a shot. We're just gonna try to make this. And then you're gonna need butter. Yep, these aren't like low cal. You're gonna need 4 tablespoons of butter. Alrighty, so I've got some of my ingredients here. I've got my cayenne. Sorry, you're gonna see me go over there a little bit. So we've got our spices and butter. Hey, Stephanie, what's up? What's up? Who else we got? Hey, Sue, what's up? What's up? So some butter and let's see. Everything's good?
Hi, Deborah.
Hello. I know. I totally messed up my schedule today, but it's okay.
I want to make these crackers.
Yeah, we're gonna try. So it's good for you to look, and then if you like it and you think they taste good, you can then make them on your own, because most of these things you have in your house. The recipe calls for honey. I bet you could use sugar. Just throw in some sugar. Just do it, okay? Don't worry about it if you don't have it. And some water. Where's my water? My water's all the way over here. All right?
Yeah.
I know. This was an apple juice jar that I cleaned out, so I have some water handy, because, you know, I care about the earth. Alrighty. And let's see. And I think that's it. And some salt.
I said good morning.
Good morning. This says sea salt. I think you could use regular salt. And that's optional, because that's what you're going to sprinkle on in the beginning. Now, for the next part, while these are baking, and hopefully I don't blow a fuse, that's right, I have an old house with old wiring. And it could happen. We're going to make a hummus. So if you don't have a blender or something like that, don't worry. I think you could get a masher. You could do it. We're gonna use my Ninja, and we're gonna do it there. So hopefully I don't blow a fuse. But because it's a long story. It's called Don't Buy Old Houses. But everything's hooked up on one thing. So for that, you're going to need, and we'll review it, you're going to need a can of chickpeas. I always keep a can of chickpeas in the house. I don't know, I always throw them in with pasta. You're going to need maybe some garlic. You could use garlic powder. You can have maybe garlic cloves. I always keep some minced garlic. You're going to need some lemon juice. Some lemon juice or a lemon. Whatever that you can make juice. And some cumin, if that's how you say it. And what else? And some olive oil. Some olive oil and I think some water. All right? But we'll go over those too. So if you're looking, I think I had all the ingredients on our daily, I always post the daily schedule. You can go into the comments and they're there. They're there too. Alrighty, so let us begin. We're gonna make the crackers first so that they can start to bake. So hopefully by the time I'm done with the hummus, I'll have the crackers. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if it works. I don't know. Because I don't test these things out first, if you wanted to know. I just wing it. Which is probably why I have so many problems in life. So here we go. We are going to do our easy homemade crackers in 5 minutes. That's a lie. It's going to take us more than 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Because it takes 10 to bake them. So this takes a really hot oven. So it's a 400-degree oven. So if you're cooking along with me, you can preheat it. But as you get the recipe, that's what you're going to do first so that the oven's nice and heated. I'm going to use my little, it's like I'm a sponsor for Ninja. I'm not. I'm going to use my little air roaster baker all-in-one, and that preheats pretty fast. So I'm going to use that little guy. And then, so we're going to preheat the oven. Now we got to measure out the dry ingredients. Now, if you remember, Stephanie, Alona, Gita wasn't here, we made biscuits. I think most of you were there. So if you have a pastry cutter, you can use a pastry. Do you remember? If you have a pastry cutter, you can use a pastry cutter. We're going to work this into the butter, or you can use forks, okay? So we'll go through it. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even have a spoon. Hold on. All righty. Here we go. I got to get all my stuff. Now, things we always need when we're cooking, we need our measuring cups, okay? You guys know me. I like to show off. I don't know what happened to my other spoons. Sometimes I like to use my measuring cups in a scoop form. What else? We're going to need our measuring spoons. Oh, there's my other scoops. Let's see. I'm going to use these too. Alrighty. So we've got our scoops, our spoons, our cups. Great. We're also going to need a bowl to mix things in. So, I'm going to use a clear bowl so you can see the ingredients as they happen, okay? And I think that might be it. So we'll find out as we go in. So we're going to measure out our dry ingredients. We need 1 1/4 cup of flour. So you know me, guys. I don't like to do anything easy. I like to cut my flour in half. I like to use some all-purpose flour and some whole wheat flour, right? So I need to cut everything in a half. I need 1 cup and 1/4. So let's start with the 1 cup. If I want half of 1 cup, this is kind of a trick question, what would a half of 1 cup be?
Half a cup.
Thank you, Stephanie. Someone that is good at math. So we're going to do a half a cup of flour, regular all-purpose flour, and a half a cup of whole wheat flour. And that'll give us 1 cup. So I'm going to do that right now. And one of the things that we talked about is, whoops, I got flour all over the floor. We want to level it off. So for you guys on Zoom, you won't be able to see as well as people on Facebook when I'm leveling things off because my bowl's down here. So I'll try to do both, okay? So we've got 1/2 of a cup of 1/2 of a cup. Sorry. There we go. Half a cup. I'm doing too many things at once. A half a cup of regular flour. Now, Stephanie, since you were so good at this.
Hi, Annie.
Since you were so good at this, you're crooked, Tony. No, he's not really crooked. I don't mean it that way. Now he's right. What's a half of 1/4? Who knows that? Who knows a half of 1/4?
1 cup.
So let's think about it. So if I had, it's really tough. This is really, really tough. So when we have 1/4 and we want to split it in half, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the whole thing by 2. So we're going to put a 2 on top and a 2 on, we're going to multiply by 2 on the top of our quarter and a 2 on the bottom. So what that means is 1/4 is equal to 2/8. That sounds bizarre. That sounds bizarre. So if I have 2/8, what's half of 2/8? I've got 1/8, 1/8. Those equal 2/8. What's half? It's 1/8. 1/8. Very good. That's really tough, guys. I know that's really, really, really tough. Those fractions. So I'm actually putting 3/4, but we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that because that's just going to make our brains spin, and we don't want all that highfalutin math in our cooking class. We don't need that. So we're going to do the same thing. I love to split my flours up because it really helps us learn a lot of math. So hold on. We're going to take the same. What did I do with my, oh my gosh. I woke up too late or something. I've been up too much. So I need a 1/2 cup of my whole wheat. And I need 1/8. And if I add all those things together, that gives me 1 cup and 1/4. So I'm cool. I'm cool. I've got it all. I've got all my flours. All right. Since I use different flours, I'm going to stir them up to make them get all mixedy up. Good. Now I've got my flour. That's the bulk of what I've got for my recipe. I'm going to add some seasonings. So the first thing I'm going to do is you're going to add, and we're going to use these little guys. We're going to use our spoons. So the first one is onion powder. Whoops, I don't have onion powder. First rule in cooking is stay calm. Always stay calm. Never freak out because it's going to be okay. So you know what? We would add 1/4 teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon. It's pretty tiny, Stephanie. Look at that. He's a little guy. He's just a little guy. It takes 4 of these to make 1 whole teaspoon. So we're going to pretend, dun, 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 I'm pretending that I have onion powder. And I'm going to measure and I'm going to put it in. And remember, we want to level off our measuring when we're working. We want to measure off our cooking, okay, our measuring cups, okay, or our measuring spoons. Because if we have a big heaping pile of a lot of onion powder or a lot of garlic powder, it might be pretty strong. So, and we're really putting in maybe a whole teaspoon instead of 1/4. So that's really important. That's really important. If you like onions, then it's cool. So we put in a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. And then what I'm going to do is, these are going to use some garlic. Who here likes garlic? Facebook people chime in. Ooh, I see Tony likes it. Stephanie, do you like garlic?
No.
No? Okay. Then you know what? If you don't like garlic, hey, Adam, I think, likes it. If you don't like garlic, girl, don't put it in. So I'm just leveling off. I'm leveling off, and I'm going to put that in there. I'm just going to pour it in. But some people said, ooh, I don't like garlic. You know, I can't kiss people afterwards. Hey, maybe you want to keep away vampires. Garlic's good for your heart, too. So maybe you put in a little extra garlic if you like garlic. But I get it. Not everybody digs it. Not, you know, it's different strokes for different folks, right, Stephanie? So now we're going to add, these are a little spicy. So this is garlic powder. If you have garlic salt, you could add it, but it will give it a saltier flavor. So there is a difference between garlic powder and garlic salt. So we had onion powder, we had garlic powder, and now we're going to add some chili powder. Uh-oh, I didn't open up my chili powder yet. Alrighty. That's why you need an assistant. Simon's been busy working. Okay, there we go. These are going to be some nice spicy ones. I think it'll work well with our hummus. If you don't like chili powder, what do you do? Does anybody want to tell me? Hey, good morning, T. Good morning. Stephanie, if you don't like chili powder, what should we do with our recipe?
Take it.
We could take it out. We don't need to put it in. But you know what? I'm a hot mama. I like stuff that's a little spicy, So once again, I'm just gonna level it off. I want a quarter of a teaspoon, and I'm gonna put that in. I'm just gonna drop it in. I'm just gonna let it go. Let it go. Now, the other one, shockingly, is paprika. And I need some help. Does anybody know how do you say paprika? I say paprika, but I think it's paprika. It's P-A. Now, I don't, for some reason, have paprika in my house. I don't know why. So, should I freak out? Should I get upset, Stephanie? T?
No.
Dave? Dave says I should freak out that I don't have paprika. No, Dave. No. We are the zen of cooking, and we don't want to freak out. That's not the point of this. We're supposed to be calming ourselves during this crazy time. So what you can do, I Googled, I said, hey, if I don't have paprika, what can I add? You can add some cayenne if you like, okay? So I don't know if I'm really into spice. What, Stephanie?
That's half the spice.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy. So I don't know if I want to go full out cayenne pepper. So what I might do is I'm going to reduce it, meaning I'm going to use less. I'm not going to use a whole quarter. I'm going to use a little bit less. I'm going to sprinkle it in. Because you know what? I'm feeling spicy. I'm feeling, spicy. I'm feeling wild today. So I'm going to throw caution to the wind, as we say, and I'm going to try it. But I agree with Stephanie. I'm going to reduce the amount I put in. I'm going to put a little bit less in. Thank you. I need that coffee break. I need that. Should you put on your jacket? No, you should get your maracas out. So, what else did I have? So we had our flour, our onion powder, our garlic powder, our chili powder, our paprika, or cayenne, if you're like me, because I always have cayenne. And you can change those up. You can experiment. If you don't like spicy or garlic, you can change it up. So I'm gonna stir this up.
Let's have cinnamon in.
Yeah, you can. What other spices do you think we could put in here, guys?
Cinnamon.
Which one?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon? You could. Why not? Why not make like a sweet? That's a good one. I love cinnamon. So as you can see, I'm kind of stirring this up. I apologize, guys. I got to figure out a new camera setup for my Zoom peeps so they can see cooking. Alrighty? So I stirred it all up, and this is what it looks like. Alrighty, now it's time. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves, and we are going to put in 4 tablespoons of butter. Now, what's beautiful, we want it not melted, we want it hard. We want the butter hard, and if anybody remembers with our biscuits, they liked it really cold. I don't think it has to be necessarily very cold. But one of the cool things about butter is it measures it for us. Hooray! So we're going to look at the package, and I'm going to put this here for a sec, and I'm going to count. Maybe you guys can count with me. We're going to count 4 tablespoons. You ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Alrighty, I got it. Thanks, Stephanie. Always count on you. And everybody, some of you were a little quiet. I get it, it's morning. So I'm just going to cut it. I'm just going to cut it. Whoa. And I'm going to unpeel it. And then to help me, when I'm going to blend this in there, I'm going to cut my butter. Would help if I took all the paper off. Oh, delicious. We don't want that. And I'm going to cut my butter into more chunks. See how I'm doing that? That's going to help me cut my butter up, or cut my butter in. I'm such a cut up. I got such funny jokes today. Not really. Alrighty? So
Is Tony giving you background music?
I don't know what. I think he's setting up for later. I think he's setting up. He's Zoom.
She's on mute.
Yes, he does. He's whatchamacallit? He's Zoom bombing me. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's Zoom bombing me. Alrighty. So what I did was I cut my butter up into smaller pieces. Okay? And then I'm going to dump this in. I'm going to spread my pieces around. Okay? Get rid of this. I need a bigger kitchen. And I'm going to use my pastry cutter. It looks like a weapon. Some of you like Wolverine or something like that. Yeah, Dave's like, yeah, totally. See, cooking is fun. You can use knives, and you can use forks like Wolverine, and you're going to cut. So I'll show you how that's done. So we've got our butter in our bowl, and we're just going to, I'm going to start down here for Facebook first. We're going to rock the pastry cutter back and forth. Watch your fingers. I'm removing some of the butter from it because it does get cut up. The pastry cutter's got these like little things on them. I don't know what you call that. Blades? Blades? It sounds dangerous. And we're cutting. So you see how I'm just kind of moving this around, right? And I'm going to show Zoom people as well, just from time to time. So here's my bowl. And this also helps with Facebook too. And I'm rocking my pastry cutter back and forth. It's kind of exciting. Maybe not. It doesn't take much to, you know, make me happy these days because I'm kind of stuck in the house like the rest of you. If you have no pastry cutter, go out and buy one after it's done. Dave, do you have a pastry cutter in your house? No? Ask your mom. Somebody must have given her a pastry cutter, like when she first got married. It's like a gift. You have these things in a drawer somewhere. It's called the mom drawer. Okay? So when we're using the forks, we can also cut them in by moving our our forks back and forth too. Okay? So you can also use your fingers if you want.
How much honey do we need?
How much honey? We need about 1 tablespoon. And if you don't have honey, you know what? You can use sugar. You can use sweet and low. I don't see why not. Let's go for it. Who agrees? Who agrees? So I'm using my pastry cutter and I'm just slowly moving this butter all around. Yeah. Maybe I'm going to get my fingers in there too. Yeah. Just breaking up even more pieces. And some of you be like, that's totally disgusting, Deborah. It's okay. It's just food and I washed my hands. No, I did. I did wash my hands. Always wash your hands first. I forgot to tell you that or to remind you. I always do that before. And I wipe down my devices too so I don't contaminate. So here's my bowl of my flour and my butter. So that was 4 tablespoons of butter in 1 1/4 cups of flour and all our different seasonings. Make it different. Make it different. If you want a sweeter cracker, Stephanie, like she said, some cinnamon, add a little extra sugar. Now, here we go. We did it in. We've got our flour should look kind of like lumpy. It has like these little pea-sized butters in here, okay? It's not going to be perfectly smooth. That's okay. That's what we want. Now, we've got to add the water and the honey. Uh-oh. So,
How much water?
for the water, we need 1/4 cup. And keep a little extra on hand because you might need some more if it's too sticky. So I'm going to get my 1/4. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of water. Well, we don't have a lot of flour. And then I'm going to get my honey. Now, honey, oh, what a pain. It takes all my strength. Maybe you guys can cheer me on. Oh, my goodness. This just takes forever.
Come on, Deborah.
Oh, honey is just, my honey is like really getting stiff here. So I'm just going to go in. There we go. I just took it off. Ooh, yeah. What kind of flavor does honey add? Does anybody know? Does it make it spicy, or what did you say, Stephanie?
Sweet.
It makes it sweet. Makes it sweet. So here we go. Here we go. We're going to add these into our flour, and then we're going to stir it until it's mixed. All righty. I'm going to add my honey. Ooh, hey, T. Let's add that honey. Ooh. And as I said, if you're watching your sugars, you could leave it out, but I think it might be very boring. And then I'm going to add my water. Now, we're going to start to stir it, guys, and we're going to see if this works. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. You know, but our flatbreads came out pretty good. So let's see. Ooh, guys, look. It's doing something. It's doing something. I don't know what, but it's doing something. So what I'm going to start to do is, cooking is not for the weak. It's for the tough. So I'm going to start to use my hands, and I'm going to start to really, ooh, I can smell that garlic. Whoa, I might have to go to Stephanie's house and get the cinnamon crackers, because wowee, nobody's going to want to kiss me for a while. Now, here we go. Here's the dough that I'm starting to make. And that's why I like to use my fingers. If you need more water, you can add more water to get more of the dough in. If you thought you needed a little bit more, let me see. Yeah, there we go. I got a little bit more water because I had some stuff on the bottom of my bowl. Yeah.
Mama?
Wow, guys, hold on. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Once again, we are victorious. But PU, I can smell that garlic and chili powder. Wow, I hope my family can handle this. I don't know. Okay, so if you need a little bit more water, if it's too dry. So here we are. We have a bowl of dough. We got a bowl of dough. Alrighty. So here we go. We're very ambitious today. Very ambitious to try to do more than one recipe in one day. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. Now, it's going to be time to roll. Dave thinks I can do it. It's like supermarket, whatever. I don't know. So, hey, Christian, what's up, man? What's up? And you finished one of your puzzles. Awesome. Yeah, share those things with me. So I've got my dough. We're going to take, always when you're working with doughs, breads, bakery, leave your flour out a little bit longer. And we're going to sprinkle some of our flour onto a flat surface, okay? If you wanted to, you could use your hands. I never discriminate against that. You could use your hands, but I'm actually going to use a rolling pin, okay? This is what, you know, when my husband does something, no, I'm kidding. We don't condone domestic violence, but we're just having a little fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll this out. Alrighty, now, if you want really thin crackers, you've got to roll these out pretty thin. Now, what's interesting about this recipe is it didn't tell me how thin to make them. Alrighty, so we're going to try to make these as thin as possible. So for you guys on Zoom, I'm just rolling it, and I'm going to show it to you in a second because I've got it on a big board here, and I'm going to roll this out as much as I can. Now, if you like really crispy crackers, you want it thin. If you don't mind, they'll be a little bit more like chewy or soft if they're thicker, and that's okay. That's up to you. Alrighty? So here is our cracker dough, right? Not too bad, right? And mine is, what do you think, TJ? They look good? Now, you can use a knife. You can use a cookie cutter. I don't see why you couldn't use a cookie cutter. But they recommended a pizza cutter. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to cut these. I just got flour on my nose. What shape do you guys think I should make my crackers? This is a very controversial subject.
Circle.
Square or rectangle?
Circle.
A circle. Oh, Stephanie. That would be very exciting. If you wanted to do a circle, you would get a little cup. I'm going to make a shape because I'm going to use my pizza cutter, if that's okay. Square or rectangle? Raise your hand if you think crackers should be rectangles. I got 3, 4. Okay, we're going to make them rectangles because I can't measure a square. All right, so I'm going to take my pizza cutter, as you guys can see, and I'm just going to cut them. And what's funny, this recipe doesn't even tell us how big they're supposed to be. So I'm just going to cut them. I'm just going to cut them. All right, and I'm making different shapes. So I'm just, for Zoom people, I'm just coming through and I'm making slices. That's all I'm doing. And maybe I want nice, neat ones. So I'm putting the leftover dough in my bowl so I can re-roll. And there we go. I'm just, drop some on the floor. Oh, well. And then I'm just going to cut my crackers. I'm just making them, and I'm going to show you guys. These aren't very big. Maybe I messed up. So here we go. There's a little cracker. There's a little cracker. And it did say that after you cut them, you could sprinkle them with something. So Stephanie mentioned cinnamon. Maybe she would put like cinnamon sugar on. I'm going to use a little sea salt. A little sea salt on my crackers. Just going to sprinkle it on. Just throw caution to the wind. Now you're going to, I recommend to grease the pan. I'm going to use a non-stick. And we're going to put them on our pan here. I'm just going to put them on, not too close. I have no idea what these are going to turn into. They could be totally gross, or they could be absolutely delicious, which everything we've done, you guys bring me good luck. So I wouldn't have them touching too much because they're not going to spread or rise. So we're just going to kind of space them out, put as many as we can on our cookie sheet. Let me see if I can get them all on. I don't know. But it's a good thing I took a shower today because I got a lot of you looking at me. But my hair is sad today. It's like kind of crazy, my hair. But you guys don't mind, right? Alrighty. So here's my plate, or my cookie tray of these, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to put them in a 400-degree oven. This says for, let me see, 10 minutes. My oven cooks a little fast, so I'm going to put a little bit less. So I'm going to put it in my 400, and maybe I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do 7 minutes, all right? But 10 minutes in a 400-degree oven, all righty? Now, Dave, we might be able to do it. We might be able to do this. I don't know. But he thinks I can. We're coming down to the wire here. So while our crackers are cooking, we're going to try to make hummus. All righty? Oh. Yeah, T, that's right, man. You picked a good day to join cooking. So here we go. Now, this is easier if you have like a blender, a food processor, something like that. If you don't, I think you could make this with like a potato masher, a big spoon. Yours would be chunkier, but I think it would be just as good, alrighty? So if you do have a food processor, that type of thing, this is a good excuse as any to dig it out, because Dave, I am sure your mom has a pastry cutter and a food processor or blender. We all get these at some point in our house, and then we never use them. Or maybe you guys do and I never do. So I'm going to use this kind of food processor here, and let's go through the ingredients. So this is a hummus without tahini because I could never find it. And right now, I don't know if most people have tahini in their house. So I've got, oh boya, it's Goya. You're going to use chickpeas. So a regular can. This says 15 ounces in the recipe, 15 and a half. I always have chickpeas. I cook with chickpeas all the time, and they're really good for you, and they're really delicious. You're going to drain these. You're going to open the can and drain them. What do we use to drain them, guys? What do we use?
A colander.
A colander, or, because Stephanie is much more fancy and sophisticated than I am, you can also call it a strainer, okay? But a colander. So I've already done it for you. So you would rinse, you would pour it all out, rinse them in some water. I've already rinsed them in the can, and we're gonna put them in our container. If you're working with a bowl and you're gonna mash them with a masher, go for it, use a bowl. But I'm using a food processor. Alrighty. So we also need some water. We need some water. Water is good for us. We need, let's see. This says we need about 2 to 4 tablespoons of water. So I'm gonna start with maybe 2, because if we put too much water in, it could be very liquidy, very too wet. If we do too little, it could be too thick.
Bye, Deborah.
Goodbye, Stephanie. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna do 3. I like mine a little moister. I like mine a little bit softer. So if you like, it depends on your tastes. It depends on your taste. So if you like things a little soft, then do that. Okay, so I put in my water, 2 to 4 tablespoons. Olive oil. You can use any kind of oil. I really don't think it matters, guys. I think you can use any kind of oil. I always have olive oil in the house. So this is 2 tablespoons. Now let's remind ourselves. So I'm pouring it in. I'm just pouring it in. I love olive oil. It's got a nice mild taste. You could use canola. I don't think it matters. It's whatever you got on hand. All right? But you should have olive oil in your house, guys. Come on. Go out and get some olive oil. Then we're going to use 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Now, if you're a cool person and you've got fresh lemons in your house, how awesome is that? You're gonna squeeze your lemons in a bowl and save the juice, remove the pits. But I'm kind of a lame person. I don't have fresh lemons in my house, so I'm going to use lemon juice in a little cute squeezy bottle, So I need to ask you guys, when we're using this, all of these ingredients in this one, not all, because we're going to switch to a teaspoon, are the big one, are the tablespoon. Remember, the tablespoon is the big one, like a table. And the teaspoon is the little one, like you're having a dainty cup of tea. So we're going to use 1 tablespoon. That adds a nice little acidic flavor, a little brightness to our recipe. So we're going to add that in. Our crackers are cooking. They're cooking. They're doing something. I can't tell you what, but they're doing something. I don't want them to burn. Ooh, they're cooking. They're cooking. I don't even think they're going to make it. Dave, they're cooking! They're cooking! Alrighty, now, let's ask for 1 clove of garlic. You know, if you have a clove of garlic, awesome. If you're lazy like me and don't always get out, you might have, you might have some minced garlic. So I'm just going to put a little bit. I'm going to put about maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon in there, just a little bit, just to add a little garlickiness to it. Oh, Dave. Oh, my goodness. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I don't know if it's going to make the 2. I don't want them to burn. I think I'm going to turn it off. I think I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to show you when we get back. Look at that, guys. There are our crackers. Real crackers, good to honest crackers that we've got. Awesome. I'm going to put these aside so they can cool a bit so I don't burn myself. We got crackers, TJ. We got crackers, man. I'm so excited. So we put in our garlic, and now we're gonna put in some cumin. Some cumin. We gotta add a little spice. And this one asks for, wow, it's kind of a lot of cumin. It's 3/4 of a teaspoon. So we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna add 1/4. So I've got 1, count with me, T, 2, ooh, I hope you like it, 3/4 of cumin. And then we want to add a little salt. Where's my salty girl? Oh, here she is. Got too many things. And this, it's up to you. It says you could do 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. You know, I'm feeling like throwing caution to my high blood pressure. I'm gonna go a little bit closer to the 1/2 teaspoon. Alrighty. I think I need a little pizzazz. I think I need a little pizzazz in my life. So we had our chickpeas or our garbanzo beans. We've got our water. We've got our olive oil. We've got our lemon juice. We've got our garlic. We've got our cumin, and we've got our salt. Oh, Dave, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I don't know. Here we go. I think we can do it. I'm going to put this, you're not going to be able to see it, I'm going to put it in have somebody help you. I'm going to have it onto my food processor, and I'm going to hit it. So everybody cover your ears because it's going to make a loud noise. Cover your ears. All right, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it, so I apologize. I'm going to take it off, and we're going to see. Oh, that's not bad, guys. That's not bad. Let me get a spoon. Oh, wait. I got a whole bunch of spoons. Okay, here we go. Might need to do a little bit more. You're going to do a taste test. I think I'm going to do a little bit more. But as you can start to see, there's what it looks like. Okay, showing the 2. Let me taste. Always got to taste. Always have extra spoons around. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to put it in one more time because I really want this mixed. Okay? Alrighty. Now, if you're a person that wants to mash this with spoons, with a masher, you can. It'll take you a lot more to do it, but you totally can do that. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, we're getting a fresh spoon because we don't want to reuse our spoons. Okay, I'm going to take, ooh, it's kind of got a strong smell here. Okay, nice. So here you go. This is hummus without tahini. Okay, because not everybody has tahini. Dave, you were right. We had time to spare. I think my crackers could have cooked a little bit more. If I wanted them a little crispier, but I wanted to make sure. And here we go. They're almost like little flatbreads. So here are our crackers and hummus. So let's do the taste test. Okay, I have not used this one. You can dip it in. Here's my cracker. My crackers were a little bit on the... I haven't tasted the cracker yet. Should I taste the cracker first? Let me see. Not bad at all. These are good. Okay, now let's put them together. Amazing. Amazing. I didn't know I could make hummus and crackers. Sorry, you poor guys always watch me eat, and which is probably kind of like weird. I'm going to put these in just for a little bit. My next batch. Hold on. Oh, wait. Sorry. So, I'll put them back in a second. So, for today, for our cooking, we made hummus without tahini. Usually tahini is a an ingredient in there. What is tahini? It's like a sesame. But we made it with just the chickpeas with different flavorings, and we made our own crackers. Not bad, guys. Not bad. I really recommend not talking with your mouth full. Sorry, guys. I was hungry. I didn't have breakfast. I really recommend this recipe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post these on Facebook for you. So if you want to follow along, and you can do them as well. Very delicious. The crackers have a nice buttery flavor to them. So I don't know who here likes butter. Raise your hand if you like butter. Chime in. Hey, Nikki P's family is on. I hope you guys are well. And he wanted to know, so we're making hummus without tahini and our own homemade crackers. You can do it, guys. You can do it. And just to repeat, some of the things that you should always have in a pantry. Let's review. What are some things we should always have in a pantry? Because this is how it's gotten us through. This is 8 weeks of cooking. 8 weeks of cooking. So some of the things that we've always started with is stuff. And maybe I have these in. Always try to have some flour in your house. You should always, right? Raise your hand if you agree. Always a little flour in your house. You never know when you need it. Yes, Dave, absolutely. That's right, T. You can have different kinds of flours. I recommend it. Flour lasts a pretty long time, so if you have a little extra whole wheat, sometimes it'll keep your flours kind of going. It'll extend the life of your, or the use of your all-purpose flour for when you really need it. We combined it. Gives it a slightly different taste, a little bit stronger taste, which I kind of like. And then we mentioned you always have sugars, always have salt, right, in your cabinets. But some other ingredients, we were talking about spices. This week we were talking about spices and herbs in our garden that you could just run out to your garden and use. You totally can use fresh spices. So, TJ, you should always have, I think, like something spicy, like a chili powder, maybe a cayenne or a paprika. You should always have cumin. You're always going to need cumin. You should always have a ginger, even though we didn't use it. Always have cinnamon. There are certain things. Always have, I didn't have it, an onion powder and a garlic powder. Those are good things to have in there, in your house. If you're okay with dairy, I always recommend having butter in your house. It's always good to do that. Maybe always keep some fresh lemons or some lemon juice in your house. You never know. And then your staples in your pantry. Always olive oil or some type of oil that you're going to need. And you should, I think, you could experiment with this and do a different kind of bean. It doesn't have to be a chickpea, right? I've seen it different things. You could make it, I don't know, cannelloni. I don't know. Give it a shot. What could be the worst that happens? You know? I mean, but chickpeas. Always have a can of chickpeas in there. So I want to thank you all for joining me for cooking today. The rest of the day is as follows. There is a lunch bunch with Stacy and Amy. You guys probably, unless I Zoom bomb Tony, because he was Zoom bombing me, is music at the end of the day to try that. So you've got a busy day for a Wednesday. Tonight is the check-in for that as well, a meeting for parents or caregivers. Please join us for that. And then Thursday, we've got our usuals. We've always got our Thursday morning social group. It'll be I think our 8th week of doing that. It's a whole thing we've been building on each week. Then there's crafting with Allison. And then our skills fun, a little something different I think I'm going to try. And then photo forum with Tony for Thursday. And just so you know, every Friday we always end with music. We always end on a positive note with music for the week. So I want to thank you guys for joining me for cooking. I know I'm not as beautiful as Edgar, but you know, I think you'd be impressed with some of my cooking. I want you all on Zoom, Dave, Alona, TJ, and Jeter, to have a wonderful day. All of you who joined me, I got David on here. Nikki's family jumped in. Yeah, try it. I think he's going to like it. Christian stopped by. I know Katie popped her head in for a little bit. Hannah and Jamie. Yeah, Jamie was there too. So thank you all for cooking. Dave was right. I could do 2 recipes in 1 hour. Yes, yes. So I'm going to say goodbye to the Facebook peeps. We'll see you all